My so-called life is sponsored by So it's been about a month and a half since I've made a video. I've lost my voice, but I definitely have not lost my sojo. I went to the Las Vegas Quilt Show and had an amazing time. I met amazing people and I came home inspired. And I could not stop sewing. I made everything. I went to the San Fernando Valley swap meet and purchased as much tweed as I could carry out. And today I'm also going to show you how to sew a zipper on a jacket. It's been busy here in the house of sewing, but like I always say, instead of talking about it, let's go check it out.
They're just touching Touchtronic memory machines.
Incredible.
I'm Polly Bergen. Only Singer makes machines this easy to use. Touch. The memory remembers your stitch pattern instantly. Touchtronic speed control remembers to adjust your fabric thickness.
What about basting?
Touch. Great. You can forget about your sewing machine and concentrate on sewing. The Touchtronic memory machine family. Come take a test, Touch.
So I was going through my coats and I found this beautiful tweed coat that I made about a year and a half ago. I'm going to add this zipper to it and I'm going to show you how I add zippers in a semi-easy way. The first thing I do is line up the zipper where I want it. You know, most people on YouTube, if they say something's easy, they have 20 years experience. Remember that? But I'm going to line up the zipper on one side and then I'm going to pin it in position. So after I have my initial pin, I can start pinning this side before I put the other side under the coat. So I've pinned the right side of this coat. I'm going to put the rest of the zipper underneath in the position that I want it. The most important thing is to make sure that the shirt, jacket, or whatever you're putting a zipper on is even. I've lined up the top of the coat so it's pretty even. And once I have it in position, I'm just going to do the same thing I did on the other side and start pinning. So I have both sides pinned together. I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and put this zipper together. So before I start sewing, I separated the zipper after I pinned it in place. It's really important to separate the zipper. That way it's completely even on both sides when you put it together. Right. So after everything, I finally put the zipper together. You know, it always seems like it's something that's simple, but it's not necessarily something that is. Like me attempting to put this together right now. But, oh, perfection. People always say that something is easy because they've done it 1,000 times. So, with a little bit of practice and patience, you can do anything. Always remember that. I am definitely calling this a victory here in the House of Sewing.
There's more for your Christmas at Sears.
More choices and more savings, too. Save $70 on this Kenmore microwave oven, just $279.99, with electronic touch controls and temperature probe. Save $40 on this sewing machine, with 6 built-in stitches and buttonholer. And save $40 on this PowerMate vacuum with beater bar brush. So wrap up a beautiful Christmas.
There's more for your life at Sears.
So, about a month and a half ago, I decided to end my no-buy. I went to Las Vegas and started purchasing fabric. It felt good to start purchasing new things because although I'm sitting in a room of fabric, in a weird way, I lost my sojo. I found a few items here and there, but the experience that I had utterly and completely inspired me to start sewing again. So I came home and made everything. I started off with a turquoise and orange shirt, I guess you could call it, and I went to the stratosphere from there. I made everything that I possibly could, but I started making jackets again because that's what I love to do. I had a great time making my videos, making my shorts, and I got back on my skates. But more than anything else, it is summer again, and for some reason I start making tweed and heavy coats during the summer, and I am excited to repeat last year. So instead of talking about it, this is everything that I've made in the past month and a half. So recently, so blessed by Jess, Twiny McTwin sent me this beautiful Tula Pink block. For anyone who knows, I talk about Tula Pink like she's a friend. Tula Pink and I go out for Bargello all the time. I was so excited when I saw this. I instantly knew what to do. I'm adding this on an old Levi's vest, and this is going to be yet another amazing project here in the House of Sewing. So if you've made it this far, I absolutely thank you. And like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time.
With your feet on the air, your head on the ground. Try this trick and spin it. Yeah. Your head will collapse.
So if you've made it this far, I absolutely thank you. And like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will... Oh, why was I pointing with both fingers? No finger guns.